Hey, what's up, everybody? Ralph here. So if you're someone that went to a for-profit school, got some good news for you. You might have you got some relief that's going to be coming your way. Now, based on this article, it seems like the education department is going to be forgiving about $415 million of student loans for those that went to for-profit schools. All right, so I'm just going to get into this article, and we're just going to read and see what how they're going to go about the process of giving relief to these borrowers. So it says the U.S. Department of Education has announced it will cancel the student loans of nearly 16,000 borrowers who attended certain for-profit schools, including DeVry University. The relief comes out to $415 million in total. The department remains committed to giving borrowers discharges when the evidence shows their college violated the laws and standards, said Education Secretary Miguel Cardona in a statement Wednesday. Students count on their colleges to be truthful, Cardona added. Unfortunately, today's findings show too many instances in which students were misled into loans at institutions or programs that could not deliver what they promised. Now, the department found that between 2008 and 2005, DeVry misled students by claiming that 90% of its graduates who actively seek employment obtained the jobs in their field of study within 6 months of graduation. In reality, the job placement was closer to 58%, according to the department. Donna Schultz, a spokesman for DeVry University, said the university's board and leadership have changed since the federal government first made the allegations. Now, if you're giving false information, in terms of how many people get jobs after, getting a degree from a university, I think you should be held liable, which I think a lot of institutions should be held liable. I think a lot of institutions should be on the hook for servicing a lot of these loans. If you can get the government from backing these loans, and you put that risk, that liability on the institutions, I think you'll see the prices of the education go down. And I mean, obviously there'll probably be less people qualified or getting loans for to get educated, but I think we could figure that out, with the grants, scholarships. But I think you need to put that risk on the institution, which would drive the cost down, because they understand that, some of these loans, some people may not be able to pay back if the price is too high. But when you got the government backing that loan, guaranteeing these loans, then all the institutions are going to do is just drive up the price. So if you can get the government out of that, let these institutions be liable for it and take on more of the risk. And if somebody defaults, then, these private institutions are the ones that's going to take the loss. I don't think anyone cares about that. I think what people have an issue with is, especially when it comes to federal loans, it's taxpayers' dollars. And taxpayers don't want to be able to have to pay for people to, to get their debts canceled. So if you put that on these private institutions, let them take on the risk, I think more people would be cool with if these institutions lost money if they somehow cancel the debt. And you can see the government has no problem saying, you know what, boom, we're going to cancel these debts because it's a private institution. But it's much difficult when it's a federal loan. All right. So it says, nonetheless, we do believe that the Department of Education mischaracterizes DeVry's calculation and disclosure of graduate outcomes in certain advertising, and we do not agree with the conclusion they have reached, Schultz said. So far, under the Biden administration, more than 100,000 students allegedly defrauded by their schools have received loan forgiveness totaling around $2 billion. Now, and look, I think most people, like I said, most people would be cool with that. If these private institutions lost money on it, no one would really care. But when it comes to the federal loans, where it's the taxpayers paying for this, you're going to get a little bit more pushback, because we're paying for that, and then you're canceling loans. The taxpayers are still on the hook for that, and it's not fair to those that actually pay their loans or those that didn't actually go to college and take on debt. So you're gonna get a lot more people saying, you know what, if you're gonna hold these institutions like DeVry and others liable, that's totally fine. But it's just a lot more difficult when it comes to the federal loans, which I don't think they'll ever cancel it. It's just too difficult, and Biden doesn't have the power just, with the right of with his pen just to cancel debt. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and do not forget to subscribe. All right. So you guys take care and have a good one. Later.